Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this diagonal fold card. I made one for my mum for her birthday, and I got so many comments asking how I made it and how complicated it looked. So I wanted to show you that actually it's really not, and to show you how to make it. And this is one of my class by post kits projects for December. So this is how it opens up. There we go, and it will stand on its own. It looks slightly different to when it's shut, but yeah, it's a popular one. So I'm going to show you the supplies you need and how to go ahead and make it. So with my cards, I usually use thick Whisper White cardstock, but for this one, because you need to be quite precise with the corners and the scoring, I'm going to use regular Whisper White. So this measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2, so you can get 2 out of a piece of A4 cardstock. And you need 2 pieces of contrasting designer series paper, and these both measure 5 1/8 inch by 2 1/2 inches. So I'm going to show you how to cut those in a little bit. Other supplies you need, I've gone ahead and cut these, but you need a thick Whisper White or a Whisper White stitched square. I think this is the second largest. And then these 2 snowflakes from the Snowflake Splendor suite. That was a lot of, what's that called when you have lots of the same letter? I can't think what it's called. This one I've cut in balmy blue glimmer paper, which is this. You can see I've cut lots out of this one. It's gorgeous. And this one I just cut in Whisper White. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to put this together. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer here. When you're scoring these, I'm just going to get rid of the or move the cutting blade out of the way. When you're scoring this, you need to be quite accurate, because obviously there's quite a lot involved in getting that card to open and close properly. So your first score line, so I'm going to line up on the long side, I'm going to line up this side of the paper at 2 3/4 inches, score there, and then slide it along to 5 1/2 inches and score again. And then to get the folds, you need to put a diagonal score line from the top left corner down to the bottom right on these 2 end panels. So each time you're starting at the top left and coming down to the bottom right. So you line up this top corner, just checking that I'm all in shot. Line up the top corner, line up the base of the score line here in this groove on the trimmer, and hold it firmly in place and put that score line in. So you can see there from this top one all the way down to meet that score line. Same again on this one, so the top left corner, bottom right corner, have them lined up. When you're lining this up, sometimes the top one moves while you're lining the bottom one, so just go back and check that you've got them lined up. So there we go. So the 2 edge panels are both scored excuse me, diagonally that way. So I'm going to bring in the designer series paper. Now you need to decide which one you want on this top level on these 2 pieces and which one underneath, because you need to cut them in different ways. So I've gone with the snowflakes on the top and the kind of more frosty paper underneath. So we'll do the top layers first. So when you're cutting the top layer, you want to again start in the top left corner and cut down to the bottom right. So line up both points in the trimmer, bring back the scoring blade. So there we go. So you've got those going that way, and then I'm going to cut the bottom layer in the opposite way. So we're going to cut from the top right corner down to the bottom left. And if you're not too sure which one you've cut, as long as you're cutting them both differently, it's fine. You can see how they fit on the card afterwards. So there we go. There's my 4 triangles cut in different ways. Right, so let's move the trimmer out of the way. Sorry, a little frog in my throat today. So this is all the cutting and scoring done now. So once you've done that, it's actually very simple to put together. So with the straight score line here, we're going to fold the two ends in one at a time. So this one folds in, and I'm just going to burnish that with the bone folder. Open that one back out and do the same on this side. Here we go. Oh, and just to say, obviously at the moment it looks like it won't fit in an envelope, but it actually will if you fold it like that. Okay, so you just have to, so I've got glue here because when I took the photo I wanted to keep it flat. so yeah, so when you're posting, just fold it flat like this, and they might have to figure out just how to fold it to make it right. Okay, so these two are folded in like this, and then with the diagonal score lines you're going to fold the other way, so you're folding away from you, and just run along again with the bone folder, and this one again fold away. And this is where your kind of accurate scoring will really help, because you want a nice point up the top here. So there we go, there's the base of your card. And then you'll see the top pieces of paper are going to go like that to stick them on, and then the bottom ones go on these two pieces here and here. So let's go ahead and stick those on. As I say, so we're just using Tombow glue for this, wet glue. And this is really good because when you stick it down, if you haven't quite positioned it right, you've got a few seconds before the glue dries just to move it into the right position. I actually love that design as well on this side. Sometimes it's really hard to choose. Often Stampin' Up will put my two favourite designs on the front and back of one sheet, which is a shame, but you know, can't be helped. It just makes me buy more. Maybe that's their plan. And as I say, this is one of the December class by post projects. So if you're not familiar with that, I design 3 projects each month, and my class ladies, we used to meet in person, get a chance to order, but also people further afield now get a chance to order, because if they couldn't come to my classes before because of geography, then now they can make the project. So it's really good fun. Like I say, this one's going to slot under there. So it's just £10 plus £2 postage and packaging for everything you need to create 3 projects. The only things that aren't included are adhesives, which I can also supply if you need them, but also any stamping. That's because as a demonstrator, it's against the rules for Stampin' Up to include stamping in kits. So so you either can use something that you have at home that's similar, like a similar greeting, or you can of course order the stamp set that I'm using, or the dies I'm using, through me. But the die shapes, the die cuts will be included in the kit, because we are allowed to include those in there. Okay, so at this stage we need to add the ribbon, and I'm using, what's this called, Snowflake Splendor ribbon. Gorgeous kind of iridescent ribbon here, and you need about 10 inches. So I'm just going to measure that. And all I've done here, and you can do it whichever way you like, is just to loop it so that, let's bring my original back in. I've just looped it under here so that it sits under this square. So the way I find it easiest to do this is to use glue dots, and I fix it in place first. So work out how you want your loop to go, how long you want your top or bottom little end pieces to be. So it's got to tuck under the square, so you need to leave a bit of space out. So I'm going to put a glue dot here. Just fold that back over because it sprung up. Have a little look first. If you're not sure, if you feel you've left one end not as long as you'd like to, then you can just pull it back up and rearrange. Then another glue dot underneath here again, and just fix it into place. So there we go. And then pop some dimensionals on the back of your square here. So just down one side, because you just want to attach this side to the card. So let's pop that on there. You can always just hover that over to see if you've got enough of your ribbon showing at that stage before you actually peel the backings off of the dimensionals. And then with this snowflake, I put it with this these pieces going straight across here, and I've popped some mini dimensionals underneath here, which have just gone walkies on my desk. So I'm going to grab another set. Okay, a couple were being a bit tricky there. So line this up however you want to have on here. Pop that down. And then with the balmy blue snowflake, you're going to pop some glue. You see how pretty that is. If you're getting this in a kit, you might need to pop out just using scissors or the take your pick tool, just the little dots in the middle. So I'm just going to pop some glue around this center section, just some little dots. If you're not confident that your glue is not going to all splurge out in one go, just put a little blob in the corner of some scrap paper, just keep your project away, obviously. And then this one's just going to be offset on here. So gorgeous. I love this paper. And just hold it in place just for a couple of seconds for the glue to dry. How pretty is that? So sparkly. And then I've gone ahead and coloured in some, these are the basic rhinestones, but I've gone ahead and coloured them with balmy blue, dark balmy blue blends. So you can see here it's very subtle. It doesn't look actually that much different, but they do have a slight blue hint to them. So to do that, all you would do is just take your blend, colour over, leave to dry for a little bit, and then pop them on your card. So let's go ahead, and these ones, like I said, I coloured earlier just to let them dry. So I'm going to put one in the middle of that snowflake. Where else do I want some? Up here. So you can just scatter them around wherever you'd like them to be. And you can use a few of them, and you can use all of them. Where should I put this one? I don't want it too symmetrical. I'm going to put it up there as well. So there we go. This is your how to make a diagonal fold Snowflake Splendor Christmas card. I hope you enjoy making it. See you soon. Bye.